Hello everyone, the Owl on the Brush here. Hope everyone's doing well and welcome to the Brush. So for anybody new here, this is an art and game development channel. I do 3D modeling on Tuesdays and casual gameplay on Sundays as well. So today is Tuesday, so I'm going to be working on my indie game Duel trigger. You can see the preview of my game right here. And I will get up the file. Last time I was working on the train level, and today I will work on the final level of the game. I kind of like go back and forth between them. Let's see here. So my game, if anybody's new here, is a 2D platformer. It's a steampunk Wild West run and gun platformer. Okay, so here's the level I have right now. All of these are going to be turned into sprites. So I'm doing it 3D, but eventually they'll be rendered as flat graphics, flat sprites, and then I also have a map that I'm going to put on it. So that's going to be, where is it? Right here. So I'll put a normal map on there, and then that'll, I can overlay that on top of the sprite, and then when it's in Unreal Engine, it'll be able to calculate the lights from there. Let me bring up the music as well. Duoburan. Oh, yeah, is that how you say it? Oh, that's cool. Hey, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Nice seeing you earlier today. So I have a room like this. Wait. I don't know how to say it. Oh, no problem. Looks cool. Like the art. Thank you. Yeah, so I kind of do some sketches beforehand. I have a sketchbook for my game, and then I'll model it after that. That way it doesn't take as long. I think if you don't sketch it first, sometimes you'll be making something, and then you'll keep like tweaking it until like, or you just keep doing it and you don't stop. Like if you don't have a vision as to where it's going to be. So I have this building, and then when I render it... Oh wait, I have to move the camera. So it'll look like this. That is without the normal map. The lighting should be a little bit more dynamic on it afterwards. So this is kind of like the process they used for the Dead Cells game. So I was inspired by that, but obviously it's not exactly the same. But I plan to use it because if I want to switch out pieces, it's easy to do that, switching colors and materials. And then if you have a character, you can have a rig and have it animated, and then you can switch out the model and use the same animation for that. And also, when you're doing 3D, it's easy to copy-paste. Sometimes, if you're like doing traditional art or 2D art just by hand, you can copy paste, but then you have to kind of, it's like a different process to make it usable again. But since the computer does like symmetry for you if you're doing 3D and you have modifiers, it's a lot easier if you know what you're doing to repurpose something. So today I'm going to work on a classroom. I had a classroom here, but I want to make a bigger one. And then a library. I think the library is probably going to be kind of easy, so maybe I should start with that one. Like this one is just a few mini bookshelves, but I want to have one that goes like 2 or 3 stories up. Yeah, so that's kind of halfway done there. This is the barn. Then I have a bunch of other little pieces of different things. Let's see, where is it? Here. Oops, cancel. Let's see, how should I start? Get these out of the way. let me bring up the chat box here. Let's see. Just curious, can you do the 3D modeling in an engine, or do you have to use something like Blender? So you can use a game engine. However, I think a lot of times they're not optimized for that. So it's going to take you a lot longer to do the same thing as in another program. And then sometimes it's very cumbersome. So it's like, I would, like if you are forced to like just move it with the mouse just by like clicking the arrows on the object instead of shortcut keys, because in Blender and other programs you can use shortcut keys. So for instance, if I just need to resize something, I just press S and then it's that simple, or SX and then it'll resize it along the X axis. SY, that one stretches it out. SZ, then okay, so I had G to move, S to resize, and then there was another one. Oh, R to rotate. And then it depends on which program you're using. Some programs are made to work inside the pipeline with a game engine. So if you're using Blender, I think Unreal Engine has kind of, they made it so that it kind of works with Blender, but I think there's another program that might be better for it. But if Blender's all you have, that should be fine. Let me switch the music. While you're here, let me just show you the other levels I'm working on too. Open. Yeah, that'd be dope. Okay, let's see here. So this is a boss chamber that I was working on, and most of this is just the graphics, because I haven't really scripted anything for it. I'm kind of trying to make it so the workload is easier by or like more streamlined by doing one part of it in bulk, and then I'll switch over to the other one. That way I'm not like, I don't have to keep switching back and forth between programs. So let me render this. So this is a boss chamber. The idea here is that you're going to be fighting. This is like a gold smelting chamber. So you're fighting somebody here, and then you have to avoid the lava on the sides and the steam. Then this level is the mining town. So I have a lot of cabin type buildings. unfortunately, I have to keep pressing render to show me what it looks like. Doesn't seem like it should take that long to render it anyway, since it's all pixelated. But I wonder if there's a way to have this done automatically. I can actually change this to my render screen, so maybe that'll look better. Wait a minute. Render. Well, I don't remember where it is right now. I wonder if you can render and then just place it in. Oh, view. Is view here? If I render, then anyway, I'll figure it out later. So let's go here. So this will be like a bank or something, and then I have different pillars I can switch between for the balconies. This will be a 2-level piece where you can have the character go under or jump on top. And then a tower here, different kinds of towers. This part is for the steampunk aesthetic, so I'm gonna incorporate these pieces into the buildings. Here's a mining shaft section. Everything's kind of jumbled up because I'm just going to make it so that they're in blocks so I can move them around in the game editor. So then let's go to the frontier level. Let's see. So are you drawing all these assets? So all of these I made from scratch from inside the Blender program. And then when I make them, I can also like copy something I previously made and then resize it. This is another boss chamber that I have planned. So this one, the enemy will come in through these openings. Then you have to like attack them when the floor collapses. You're gonna be on these platforms. Then this one is the frontier level, so it's based on the like Indian territory of the Wild West, but it's steampunk. And the game is going to be a run and gun platformer, but I'm also going to kind of make it half visual novel style. So I'm going to draw the characters, and then they'll have like text box underneath, and maybe I'll have the mouth moving. I'm not sure. These are going to have textiles on here, but I have not textured them yet. Yeah, actually looking at it now, I made a lot of stuff. You have teepees. Here's a teepee with cannon. And then I have these rock formations here. Okay, let's open the train level. The past 2 or 3 weeks I was working on the train level here. This is what I was working on last. I was working on the exterior of a train car. Right here. And then these pieces can be taken apart. If I want, I can just resize it, change the position of the wheels. I have a dining section. At this point, I don't have to render everything, I guess. So I'll just go back into the 3D viewport, and then I can just skim through it. Oh, but then everything's in the way, so I guess it's kind of better if I render, huh? It's working on the engine room, but it's kind of half done. Oop. Then I also, this is the front of the train here. This one's a bridge, so the train's going to go over the bridge. This one is just supported by the pillars on the bottom, but I'm going to have to figure out how this works because you're not really going to be able to see that far down anyway. So here's the bridge, and then there's also a suspension bridge that I have that goes into a cave. Yeah, so if you ever get into Blender, just let me know if you have any questions. That's part of the reason for my Tuesday streams. So I'm available to answer questions if anybody has any. or you can ask in my Discord group too. I do have a Discord group in the description down below. Let me open up the next level. The next level, the last one that I have that I didn't show is the Chinatown level. Here we have a little mall. Oh, so this is image editor, view, render result. View, up. Let's see, are you self-taught with Blender and Unreal? How did you get started with it? So I actually started learning around September 2022, and yeah, I am self-taught, but I study, I was like basically looking up a lot of tutorial videos on YouTube. So I know Blender a lot better than I know Unreal. So right now, actually, the past couple years I've been learning 3D modeling, and then now that I have that under my belt, I can kind of go into Unreal and learn a lot more about that, because I just learned, I was working in Unreal for like about a month learning the visual scripting, but I did that to make my preview for the game. And that's actually not my strong point though, the coding or the programming part of it. So I'm mainly an artist, or visual artist. I do drawing. Oop, here's another building. And as far as the art part of it, today I was working on the cover for my comic book. Oop, wrong tab. Oop, did I close something? I'm getting confused looking between two screens. Okay, so I'm working on a comic book called Vacant Light, and this is actually the draft of the cover art. I have like 3 chapters done, and hopefully I can get the 4th one done pretty soon and then print it. But this is what it looks like so far. And then, so I'm going to do characters kind of like this for this game. They'll be a lot more, they'll be like kind of detailed like this, but there'll be still shots of them. I'm kind of getting better at coloring, so hopefully I can get the characters looking pretty good. It has almost a manga style. Yeah, I'm actually inspired by manga, and I mean, it's like, that's kind of like how I want to draw, but I also have my own aesthetic, and it kind of, I don't really copy like how other people do exactly. And then I guess for some reason it ends up being a little bit more colorful than a lot of manga. I think there are a lot of manga that are more subdued, like in the color palette. Okay, so let me open up the original file I was going to work on. Here. I actually don't have a sketch for the room that I'm making right now, but we'll see how that goes. So I want to have chairs. Oh, let me bring up the reference images. Where did I put the reference images? Oh. Orthographic view. I think maybe I loaded this in from my other computer, my laptop. So I might have to just load the reference images in again. Yeah. Unless they're here. Okay. I will load the images in one more time. Shift A, image, images as planes. That's weird. I feel like last time I was working on this, I did load in some reference images. They must be here somewhere. I do have I forgot I have an art preview that I generally put on, but I'm gonna put it on right now. Let me know if it's annoying, because if you're using a small screen, maybe it's hard to see all the things I'm working on while I have this on. But if it's like too much, just let me know. So in this level's going to be an orphanage, but it's also, to follow the narrative of the story, it's going to be an orphanage mixed with a school, mixed with a ranch. So I have to make the ranch part of it look similar to the classrooms. Let me just copy this piece and then I'll move it over, duplicate. I think I wanted the area for the character to be 2 squares high. If I resize this, I could just move this way. Music change. Let me make some windows. Or I can get these windows here. I wonder what kind of lights I can have inside. I'm gonna make a copy this kinda, I guess. Let me make a floor first. I'll just duplicate this one. Duplicate. Let me do something else here. I'm gonna rotate so that it's more accurate. I'll do 45. Create an empty and then I'm gonna make an array from this one. Array. So they're multiple. But then I'm gonna attach the array to the empty. This one was pretty hard when I was first starting Blender because I'm not sure exactly what everything's doing, but now I kind of get the idea. Object offset and then sample. I keep duplicating objects so that I have an extra piece for later if I decide I didn't want something to be a certain way. Oop. Oops, I forgot to change the number of polygons. I don't even know if this is going to show up on the render. I guess that's okay. Oop. Star should be bigger. My finger's getting numb. I have to change my arm position. Let me... what's it gonna do? Let's see. Something interesting to me about the 3D modeling is it's like you're building the objects piece by piece, like you would. Is that in real life? For some reason, I thought it'd be like one combined shape, like the chandelier thing. Oh. Yeah, so I think it depends on what you're trying to do. So, for me, the polygon count doesn't really matter because it's going to be turned into a pixelated image. So that's one thing I don't have to worry about, which is part of the reason I did do this process. The thing is that if you connect them together, it's going to be kind of hard to move things around again after, you know? So you'd have to like, things are attached so then they drag other stuff with them. And there's a proportional editing system in Blender. So even if they're not connected, if you select all of them and then you move one piece with the proportional editing on, it'll move the other pieces too. Oh, but this one is on, what do you call it? There's an array, so it kind of behaves a little differently. Maybe this one here. So this one, if I move this piece down here, it'll move all the other pieces like that. So like you don't really need it to be a continuous object to move in this way. And then you can turn off, I can turn off the so that it only moves the pieces that are connected, and then there you go. So somebody told me though, even in video games, it's probably better if you don't connect the pieces in some instances, because if you try to connect them, sometimes you might be making more polygons. So you really want to cut down on your polygon count. Nope. Hold on, I'll be back in one moment. Nope, back. Let's see. Cool, man. Learned quite a bit. Have a good one. Going to go eat. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Have a nice dinner. I'm assuming you're probably on the same time zone I am. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. And let me know if you have any questions if you ever decide to start learning Blender as well. I actually have to work on my comic book cover today as well, so I might only be on for another 10 minutes or so. What is that? Oh, that's the heater, huh? It's a fancy heater. Oh, let me, if you have like these little chalkboards here, maybe there'll be like a shelf to put it on. think I'll make as the last thing here an American flag. I'll have to tinker with it later to make it more red. Obviously all the colors are wrong, but I'll just have this the right shape for later. Okay, so this I'm gonna fix later. Anyway, so that's what we have so far today. I'm going to wrap things up, and thank you everybody for stopping by. If you're interested, I do have a Discord group in my bio down below. Feel free to follow that. You can get updates on my live streams, and also on my comic book as well. I also have a website. You can read my comic book on owlinthebrush.com, Instagram as well. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.